welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shivangi Lahoti, aka your designer Didi, and in today's video we are focusing completely on the general knowledge portion for design entrance examinations that happen in India. This could be UC, this could be NID, this could be NIFT. However, this is content that is going to benefit you no matter what entrance examinations you're targeting. And without wasting any time, let's quickly get started with this video. Wait. Before we get started, here's the first thing that you need to know. The general ability test carries 30% weightage for the NIFT entrance examination, which means that out of the 100 marks that you get, only 30% of it is the weightage for your GAT, and your GAT constitutes not just of general knowledge, but these are divided into 4 parts. So your GAT actually constitutes of quantitative ability, which is your mathematics, logical reasoning, English communication and verbal communication skills, and your general knowledge, which means when you divide it further, there is 25% weightage to each of these topics in the 30%, which means in a total you have only 7.5% approximate weightage to your general knowledge, which means that if you are stressed about your GK, you don't have to be. When you look at the larger picture, there's not a lot of weightage on GK in general, and you are good to go if you have your basics sorted and if you just attempt questions that you know answers for, because of course GAT does have negative marking as of 2023. It started, I believe, in 2019 and it has continued even right now. So if you know the answers, answer them. If you don't answer them. Now let's quickly go ahead and understand that GK can be divided into 2 parts. I've gone over this in the past in one of my videos for GAT, I think 3 years back, but I'm still revising all of this just in case you've not seen that video. So there are 2 types of GK that you have for your NIFT and NID UC entrance. One is static GK, one is your current GK. Your current GK is basically all the current affairs that are happening around you, and your static GK is all the things that have been done already, that is historic data or historic information or knowledge. The first topic is history of India, which means all the historic data, all the kings and the kingdoms, all the important events that happened in history, all the historic wars that happened. All of that is something that you need to study and research on for your general knowledge for this topic. Now the second one is your common brand statements. For example, the brand statement or the mission statement for Nike is just do it. For McDonald's, it's I'm loving it, and so on and so forth, right? So for LIC, it's Jeevan ke saath bhi, Jeevan ke baad bhi. So these are catchy, statements which you might get as questions, which you're supposed to be answering. Different kinds of logos and the brand colors for those logos are also something that come very frequently because it's logo design. You might have questions related to iconic logos like the McDonald's logo or the HP logo, the LinkedIn logo, Facebook logo, famous luxury brands, Chanel, Dior, Gucci, Prada, all of that. UNESCO monuments in India, UNESCO heritage sites in India, iconic monuments in the world, 7 wonders of the world, iconic monuments in India. All of these are things you should be focusing on as well. Now, fashion abbreviations and abbreviations in general is a very common question. For example, what is the full form of H&M? What is the full form of DKNY, of FCUK, Gap? All of these fashion brands, and could be generic sort of abbreviations as well. HP, for example, right? And yeah. All the national and international awards that are hosted throughout the year could be here in focus. You could have, for example, questions related to current affairs, some Oscar nominations from 2023, questions like what was RRR nominated and in which category did it win an award, right? These are questions that could be coming, or historic Nobel Prizes that India has won, or prizes for costumes that India has won. These could be questions that could come as well. Current politics as well as historic politics is something that could be asked as well. War is also something that could have questions related to it come. First World War, war in the past, what were the costumes then, what were the changes in the costumes then, in which World War was there a shortage of nylon? These are questions that could come for politics and for war. You could have questions related to capitals of different countries, capitals of different states of India. You could have questions related to capitals of different states in the United States of America. For example, you could have questions related to currencies of different countries. What is the currency used? You could have fill in the blank questions here. You could also have questions related to the different famous artists and their paintings, famous painters, Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso. All of these, these are all like artists or painters you should be studying, and you should know their famous paintings by heart. You could also have questions related to art and design and art and crafts of India. So surface development or surface ornamentation of India, surface embroideries of India, different textiles of India, different crafts like blue pottery, Ganjifa craft. You could have questions related to terracotta, pottery, bandhani, kasuti, Kantha, Ajrak, block printing, tie and dye, so many different techniques and so many different surface developments and embroideries that we have in the country, and you could have questions related to those as well. You might also have questions related to famous dances of India, Odissi, Kuchipudi, Kathak, Bharatnatyam, Bihu, right? These are all relevant sort of topics. You could also have questions related to famous musicians and musical instruments, tabla, dhol, sitar, tanpura, all of that. Now, you could also have questions related to typical fashion terms and design terms, which are very simple, not something overly complicated, but things like fiber, fashion, fabric, textile, yarn. All of these are questions that generally come very frequently. You could also have questions related to important days, right? So, breast cancer awareness, or Labor Day, or autism, or Pride Day, and these are questions that could come as well. Famous statements or quotes from famous personalities could also come, and you might be asked to identify who is this famous person who said this particular statement. You might have questions related to traditional textiles and also traditional costumes of India, which means, for example, which embroidery is famous in Kashmir, Fulkari, or which embroidery is famous in Lucknow, chikankari, or which state is famous for their ahimsa silk, Assam, right? So these are questions that could come related to textiles. You could also have questions related to traditional costumes. Where is a mekhla sador worn, or where is a lehenga choli worn? I mean, pretty much all of India, like a lot of parts of India, but still you'll have questions related to that, which you might have to answer. And fashion designers of India and fashion designers of the world, right? Iconic fashion designers, big things that they've done very recently. For example, Sabyasachi opened a new store very recently in New York City, or Vaishali, exhibited her collection at Paris Fashion Week, or Masaba Gupta launched her second season on Netflix called Masaba, or she's started a new range of products in a certain category. These are questions that you might get, and you must have knowledge about them. Now, sports and games could be again historic as well as current. Who won the latest FIFA World Cup? Things like who won the cricket World Cup in so and so year, which was the player with the maximum ODI centuries, etc. Not going to be so much in depth mostly, but you must be aware of all of these current affairs. Oh my god, we are done! Finally, 20 topics. That was a rather long video. I hope this video was beneficial for all of you guys. If it was, please make sure that you give this video a big fat thumbs up. And if you're watching my content, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends and fellow NIFT aspirants and design aspirants to help them. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Mwah.